Credit. It's basically your key to everything in the civilized world. And despite what certain gurus say about credit and how you don't need it, unless you plan on living in the middle of nowhere and surviving off the land, then you kind of do need credit. Credit gives you opportunities that you otherwise wouldn't have, such as buying a house, financing a car, or getting approved for some of the best credit cards. But what if your credit is bad, like a 600 or lower kind of bad? Then what are you supposed to do? No one wants to give you a credit card because your credit score is bad, but you need a credit card so that you can build up your credit score. It's sort of this weird paradox. So what's the solution? Hey, Joshua here, and in today's video, I'm gonna give you the 5 best credit cards that you can get even if you have bad credit. All of the cards on this list are ideal for people who have a 600 credit score or lower, and they're designed to help you build up your credit score again, while still taking advantage of the many benefits of credit cards. I truly believe that if you watch this video through to the end, that you'll find at least one card that works for you and for your situation, and that'll help you to build up your credit again so that you can start experiencing the finer things in life. Hey, really quick before we get into the video, if you can do me a huge favor and drop a like down below. It takes like 2 seconds. Also subscribe to the channel if you are not already. Let's get started. The first card on this list is the Discover It secured credit card. Now, like with most of the cards on this list, this card is a secured credit card, and basically what that means is that in order for you to actually begin using it, you have to first secure the card by depositing money into it. The money that you deposit into the card then becomes your line of credit, which you can use just like a regular credit card. For example, let's say that you deposited $200 into the card. Well, that $200 then becomes your line of credit that you can use freely. Or if you wanted a higher deposit, say $1,000, then you could deposit $1,000, and this $1,000 would then become your line of credit that you can use freely. Now, don't get a secured credit card confused with a prepaid card. Prepaid cards are much different from secured credit cards in that they are worthless. They typically don't report any of your credit activity to any of the 3 major credit reporting companies, which is literally the most important thing for you at this credit building stage. The Discover It secured credit card is a real credit card that reports all of your credit activity to all 3 major credit reporting companies. And so by using this card responsibly, you'll be having a positive impact on your credit score and working your way up to the 800 plus club. Okay, now let's talk details. Why is this card first on the list? For starters, regardless of the fact that this is a secured credit card, it still comes packed with all the rewards, benefits, and perks of an unsecured credit card. You'll get 2% cash back at gas stations and restaurants up to $1,000 every 3 quarters, plus 1% unlimited cash back on all other purchases. Discover will also match all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year with their unlimited cash back match perk. So let's say you've earned $3,000 cash back. Well, Discover will pay you $3,000 at the end of the year. With this card, you'll also have your security deposit returned back to you after 8 months of on-time payments. And as an added bonus, you'll also be able to check your FICO credit score for free using the Discover app or website. Now, for a secured credit card, Discover is being very generous by offering all of these perks and bonuses. You typically don't find these types of bonuses and rewards with a secured credit card. So what's the catch, right? How much money do I have to pay annually or monthly to have this card in my wallet? The answer is nothing. 0. This card has no annual fees, no monthly fees, no over limit fees, no foreign transaction fees, and no late fees on your first late payment. And all of this is exactly why the Discover It secured credit card is number 1 on this list. It's perfect for building up your credit, comes loaded with perks and benefits, and it's completely free to use, and you can't go wrong with free. Next up on the list is the Bank of America Customized Cash Reward Secured Card. Now, this is about the only thing from Bank of America that I would recommend. I mean, let's be honest, the bank is kind of okay. But this credit card, without a doubt, is one of the best secured credit cards on the market right now. Now, for starters, like with the last card, this is also a secured credit card, and you're required to deposit a minimum of $300 into the card. That deposit then becomes your line of credit, which you can start using just like a normal credit card to help build your credit up. This card comes with one of the highest cashback bonuses that I've seen with any other card. You'll get 3% cashback in the category of your choice. It can be gas, online shopping, dining, travel, etc. You'll also earn 2% cashback at grocery stores and wholesale clubs such as Sam's Club and Costco. And then finally, to top it off, you'll also earn unlimited 1% cashback on all other purchases. You'll also be able to check your FICO credit score completely free using the Bank of America mobile app or their website. And this card comes with no annual fees or monthly fees. This card will also return your security deposit to you if you qualify. Now, in regards to your security deposit being returned to you, even if you don't qualify to have it returned back to you, it doesn't mean that you're going to lose that money forever. If for some reason you ever decided to close this card, card, you would get your security deposit back in full. Something else that's worth pointing out is the APR, and on this card it is extremely high, which is really the case for most secured credit cards. For example, this card's APR currently sits at 23.99%, which is obviously pretty scary. However, the APR doesn't actually apply to you if you're actually paying off your balances in full each month, which you should be doing anyway. There's no reason you should be carrying over balances from month to month. It's not helping your credit score, and it's only making you pay extra money that is just completely unnecessary. Coming in at number 3 is the secured MasterCard from Capital One. This card is perfect if you have a really bad credit score and need to work on building it up again. So besides the fact that most people can apply and be accepted, it also doesn't have any annual or monthly fees. And because it's a MasterCard, it's accepted at millions of locations worldwide. One important thing I want to point out about this card is that it doesn't have any rewards. Like with the first 2 cards on this list, which had like loads of perks and bonuses, this card doesn't actually have any rewards whatsoever. However, the main reason I included this card on the list, except for the fact that it's just a really good card if you have bad credit, is because the initial security deposit does not have to match penny for penny. Now, if you recall the first 2 cards on this list, then you'll remember that your line of credit was contingent on your security deposit. So for example, if you deposited $200, it meant that your line of credit would be $200. But with this card, the secured MasterCard from Capital One, that's not the case. If you qualify, you'll only have to deposit $49 or $99 to get a $200 line of credit. This is the only secured credit card that I've found that has this feature, and I think it's a really nice feature and definitely makes this card worth it. Most secured credit cards do not have this, and they require you to match your deposit penny for penny. Another nice feature of this card is that if you use the card responsibly, Capital One will increase your credit line without you having to make any additional deposits. For example, your credit line could be increased from $200 to $500 and your initial deposit was only $49. And as a really quick side note, I think it's important to mention that although secured credit cards require you to make a security deposit, that security deposit does not cover you for any late fees. You still have to pay your balances in full each month, and if you don't, then your security deposit is not going to cover you for any of it. It's really good practice now to learn how to properly use your credit card responsibly and not overextend yourself. If you can use a secured credit card responsibly, then it basically means that you'll be able to handle an unsecured credit card, which typically come with much higher credit limits. Okay, at number 4 is the Pedal to Visa credit card. I really like this card, but I must warn you, it's not for people who have like severely damaged credit. If that's you, if you have really bad credit, then stick with the first 3 cards on this list. Pedal wants you to have at least an average credit score or better, which typically falls between a 580 and 669 FICO score. Now, you can still get this credit card if you have a lower credit score, but that's just sort of the recommended range. The reason I like this card so much is because of the fees, or the lack of fees. This card charges no fees, literally 0 fees. No annual fees, no foreign transaction fees, no late fees, no return payment fees, or any other kind of fees. And wait for it, this card doesn't require a security deposit. So the thing that makes this credit card so unique compared to other credit cards is how they determine your credit worthiness. You see, most credit card companies will determine your credit worthiness based off of your credit history. However, the Pedal card determines your credit worthiness by looking at your income, your spending, and your saving. Basically, if you have a job or some type of income, if you don't spend more than you earn, and if you have some type of savings with a little bit of money saved up, then you'll likely be approved for the card. The Pedal to Visa also comes with some great rewards. You'll earn between 1% cash back on all eligible purchases and 1.5% cash back on purchases after 12 on-time monthly payments. You can also earn up to 10% cash back at select merchants. Also, the Pedal to Visa has a high minimum credit line compared to other cards. The credit line starts at $500, and if you're eligible, then you can be approved for a line of credit of up to $10,000. So besides all those perks, and that's a lot of good perks, what else is good about this card? Well, the card design itself is gorgeous. And I mean, come on, that's a huge bonus. Beautiful cards just make you feel good. They look good, they sound good. The Pedal 2 card is designed to help you build credit. There are no fees, low variable APRs, and it has a sleek mobile app with a ton of really great features such as budgeting options. And of course, this card will report your credit activity to all 3 major bureaus. And finally, last up at number 5 is the Credit One Bank Visa credit card. And not to be confused with Capital One, because wow, how is this even legal? They look so similar. That's it. I'm not recommending this card anymore. Okay, scratch that. The last card on this list is actually the Capital One Quicksilver 1 card. Just like with the previous card, the Pedal 2, this card is ideal for people who have a fair credit score, which typically falls between a 580 and 669 FICO score. If you do have a lower credit score than a 580, it may still be worth checking to see if you can be pre-approved for this card. Like with many cards, you'll have the option to see if you're pre-approved. Capital One will ask you for some information such as your name, social, address, employment status, and income. From there, you'll just hit submit and then see if you're pre-approved. Getting pre-approved for a credit card is really good because it only does a soft check on your credit report, which doesn't actually have a negative effect on your credit score. Every time you apply for a credit card, a hard check or a hard inquiry is being added to your credit report. Even if your application is declined, those hard inquiries will still stick on your credit report for 2 years. And so anytime you can be pre-approved for a credit card, it's always recommended so that you can avoid having those hard inquiries stick with you for 2 years. The Quicksilver 1 from Capital One gives you 1.5% cash back on every purchase. That means you'll earn unlimited rewards on literally everything you buy. Now, the one bad thing about this card, which differs from every other card on this list, is that it does actually charge you a $39 annual fee. But this fee is actually pretty small, especially if you're spending thousands of dollars per year. The 1.5% cashback that you get on all purchases will definitely make up for that $39 fee. You can sort of think of this annual fee as a replacement for the security deposit, right? If you have bad credit, then you're typically giving up something in some way. With credit cards, it typically means you'll either have to get a secured credit card, which means you have to put money away, you'll have to pay a monthly or annual fee, or you'll lose out on rewards. It's really hard to find a good card such as the Quicksilver 1 that does not require a security deposit, does not require you to have good credit, and will still give you rewards on top of all that. Alright, so there you have it, the 5 best credit cards if you have bad credit. Hey, I really hope that you were able to get some value from this video. If you did, please do me a huge favor and drop a like down below. It takes like 2 seconds, but helps out significantly. Also, if you like content like this and you want to see more of it, please subscribe to my channel. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Take care.